Hello students. Till now we have discussed about LPG, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization. Now let us discuss about its positive effects and its negative effects. That means, does it give the benefits to our economy or did it have its own demerits as well? So first of all, I'll discuss the positive effect. Of course, the positive effect shows that the GDP growth rate increased from 4% in 1951 to 80 to 8% in 1991. That is since beginning of 1991. If you look upon, you will find that the growth rate was 8% almost throughout. A little bit ups and downs were there, but not less than 7%, and it was continuously around in between 7 to 8%. Then second is outsourcing. Uh, India had a very huge amount of cheap and skilled labor that resulted into India a good destination for MNCs to hire skilled labor from here. And ultimately, due to the increased demand for labor and employment to the labor, these people, they brought foreign exchange to our country. Whatever they got it, their salary in the form of foreign exchange, that was added into our foreign currency reserves. And India is the eighth largest service exporter in the world. This is a very good information and a very good sign for the growth of the service sector of India. So third is growth of service sector. India's share from the service sector in the GDP increased from 40.5% in 1991 to 53% in 2015-16. Isn't it great? And service sector has really improved a great during this period. Then comes increase in the foreign exchange reserves. Our country's foreign exchange reserve also increased from $6 billion, $6 billion in 1991 to US dollar, that is 424.5 billion in March 2018. So our reserves, that is foreign currency stock, was also increased. Increase in the share of world trade, that was from 0.6% in 1990, it increased to 2.2% in 2016. To tell you more about this, India's foreign trade included both goods and services. So initially we were exporting more services, and our trade was basically on the basis of services. But in the later half, you will find after 1991, you will see that India's trade in goods increased and it doubled in 2016, by 2016. So that was the most important achievement of this policy. Next is consumer was considered to be the supreme power of the economy, because consumers were now benefited with a large variety of goods and services, and that too very affordable prices. So they were enjoying the quality product and in great quantity. So the standard of living, the taste, their living style, everything changed during the period. It also helped in controlling the prices in the country. And of course, India's foreign direct investment, that is in foreign direct investment, MNCs and all, they started establishing their own units in the country. So there was an inflow of foreign direct investment. Indian companies also benefited from the LPG, that is they got competition from the international companies, foreign companies, and they also received latest technology, and they also received investment. I mean, the already existing Indian private industries, they help took the help of MNCs and they shared their technology and investments with these Indian firms, and this resulted in the improvement in the quality and quantity of the Indian industries, or you can say the efficiency and productivity of Indian industries improved due to it. So these were the positive effects. Now let me take up the negative effect. The negative effects included, first is there was a growth. Of course, I have already told you that the GDP growth was there, but the GDP growth was there without increasing the employment opportunities to the people. So I can say that there was a jobless growth. That means growth was there, but no job was created on account of that. So unemployment rate was increasing day by day. People were not getting jobs as much as there was a growth. MNCs controlled the economy. That means there was a total hold of MNCs over the country due to increased monopoly to them. Disinvestment to meet out the revenue deficit. I mean, disinvestment was basically carried out not to improve the infrastructure in the country or to improve the condition of public sector. Rather, this disinvestment was used to meet out the day-to-day requirements of the country. That is, revenue deficit means the difference between the revenue receipts and the revenue expenditure. That means government's day-to-day requirement, administrative expenses, that was fulfilled with the help of this disinvestment. So that was a very, very bad signal about the country's financial condition. Next is unbalanced growth. Of course, there was a growth, but the concentration of growth was only in the urban area, and the growth was basically in the IT sector. So there was other sectors, they were not at all developed or they were backward, but these IT sector was developing to a great extent, and urban sector also was increasing, and the rural area was becoming backward, and the regional imbalance between them kept on increasing. Poverty remained a problem again even after the LPG. The industrial growth was also very, very low due to the cheap imported goods. The domestic industries are not able to face the competition, and thus the growth rate was very, very low. And the developed countries were not becoming a market for our Indian products. Why? Because the quality products we were not able to make as per their standards. So no access to the markets in the developed areas. Low performance of agriculture due to public investment in the agriculture. That is, public investment was decreased to a great extent, resulted in poor performance of agriculture. Then there was a reduction in the import duty on the agricultural products. Now the agricultural products can easily be imported from other countries at cheaper rates. Why? Because of the less import duty, and so the Indian farmers were not getting the benefit of the LPG. Decrease in subsidies. Even the subsidies provided by the government was decreased over the period due to increase in the production cost. The subsidies need to be increased, rather it was decreased. So burden of expenditure cost was increasing on the farmers. So the advantage of LPG was not at all shared by the farmers. Next is the shift in production from food grains to export oriented cash crops. So the agriculture sector also started producing more cash crops that were export oriented rather than focusing on food grains. So these were the drawbacks of LPG. In nutshell, I can say that the agriculture sector was totally neglected under the LPG. That's all.